Blog Talk Radio.
Hello friends, this is Lobo and welcome to the Type1 Radio Lounge. Alright, welcome back to the Type1 Radio Lounge, everybody. This is Lobo, and that was a commercial from 1981. It was Juicy Fruit. Take a sniff, pull it out. The taste is going to move you when you pop it in your mouth. Who do we have on the line? 774, you're on the air. What up?
Hey, what's up, Lobo? This is Fraser X.
Fraser, welcome to the show again, my friend. By the way, thank you for plugging us on your show on Radio Free Humanity, my friend.
Hey, no problem, my friend. I didn't know if I was going to be able to call in. I had a whole bunch of stuff to do today. As a matter of fact, I'm riding down the road, headed to the shop, heading to my my office, and I will be able to be available for a little while just to chat with you guys. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. We're going to have a fun show because we basically just culled some clips from the last 30 years of like basic, like commercials and PSAs and things like that, and we're just going to review them. And I'm pulling people on the line here.
Hey!
What up?
No, I'm here. I made it.
Coop. Oh, we got calls coming
Hello.
in left and right. Who else is on line here?
Yeah, it's Tanya. Who's this?
That's Fraser X. How you doing?
Hey, honey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm rolling down the road, headed back to the shop. Gonna check out what you guys got going on for a little while.
Awesome. Thanks.
You supposed to be home.
No problem. Big Harley in front of me.
Oh, I can hear it.
Yeah.
And then Sonic, are you guys there in the UK? They're just partying.
Yeah, Josh.
Sounds
Sonic.
like Freeman in the background.
Oh, okay. All right, caller from 661 area. Which you're on. Who is this? I guess not.
I'm here.
Hey, it's Shane.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what up? Hey,
Is it Wash Your Brain, Shane?
Yeah.
That is correct, sir.
Hey, how you doing, man? This is Fraser X.
Greetings. Wonderful,
Greetings.
man. How are you?
I am well.
Definitely.
Much better than last week.
How's your tooth?
That's what I was going to say. Things are much better. I'm in no pain today.
Oh,
No
excellent.
pain. Everything is remedied.
Did you get it yanked?
No, I had to. Well, I did actually, but I have more scheduled work to do. I had to basically have an appointment set up for a crown repair. But what was really bothering me wasn't that tooth. There was another problem. So that had to be yanked. But we're doing well. We're moving forward.
Awesome.
So, anyways,
did you do Did you do secret home remedies on your tooth afterwards?
bags of ice is what I found. I mean, seriously, Advil was the one that really took most of the pain away. The other stronger stuff just kind of gives me a stomach ache. It doesn't do anything for tooth pain, but the Advil was the one, and then bags of ice. I literally held bags of ice against my face, almost frostbite, for so long. But anyway, enough about my tooth. Let's talk about Type 1, guys. I've got some information for y'all. I did speak with, if I might be so bold as to take the mic for a moment.
Absolutely.
I did speak with, actually I was invited to address the Tesla Science Foundation's annual meeting on the 8th of October, and I believe it will be an address with regards to the Type 1 Roadshow proposal, because we hope to engage these folks in not only transporting but maintaining several Tesla coils for the events that we hope to do.
Wow.
And so that's one step. We have, Freeman and I, if anyone hasn't already heard, we have pushed back the meeting. It's no longer going to be on the 1st next week. It's going to be on the 22nd of October that we're going to meet to discuss the Type 1 Roadshow proposal and project and everything to do with the road good show in the future. So Brandon, who is the involved observer who basically created the Friends of Freeman website, him and I have been speaking together, and we've been getting our notes together, and I guess we also got feedback from Freeman about the conference call that we both missed. I think, were you there, Tanya?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was decided that the group consensus was to try to go for, maybe 1 or 3 shows instead of 12 and 12, 12 and 12 weeks.
Yes.
Because that was kind of expansive, kind of intense, might not be viable. So we like that idea. We're talking about it. But Brandon's idea is to have a year-long tour with a caravan going to all the energy spots in the U.S. and trying to pick on those 12. Yeah, just try to pick the one that is the most powerful, or the group of those that would be the ones to have the events at, where there's more people that are actively involved in, pursuing free energy and new thought paradigm and just everything that we were all talking about.
Very cool.
Did you literally say Tesla coiled free energy device? Is that what we're working with?
Yeah, we're going to have 7, at this point we're going to have 7 Tesla coils available on stage or in the actual area of the event.
Wow.
And those are full-size Tesla coils too. So
like
we're looking at.
How big are these things, would you say?
Well, the 2 or 3 that I remember from the Tesla Science conference were like 5 feet tall, 6 feet tall, but they were on pedestals that made them even taller. They made them about 9 feet in the air. So they're pretty good height. But we got to work out all the logistics here. We got to figure out.
They're going to need their own bus.
You know what I mean? Well, yeah, they're going to definitely need their own transportation setup, and they're going to need to have, we're going to have to solve a lot of, power issues, and there's a lot of logistics that people who have the skills will have to work out, more skills than I do about it, But
I think we're going to need ninja assassins and stuff to guard these things, is what it sounds like.
Well, I hope that that's not the case. I hope that it's much more peaceful of an atmosphere than that. But yeah, no, I think that we'll try to be as safe and secure as we can, with the situation. But so at this point, what we're looking at is we're going to prepare a proposal to address the Tesla Science Foundation, and then we're going to initiate the meeting. Second will be folks getting together and going over what we have at this point, from the Tesla Science Foundation and from our own ideas and planning. And, of course, we have the Type 1 Google document that's still in place for all those who have been invited to share on that. Please add your brainstorms, your ideas, your dreams, your visions, your hopes, everything there, and everything related to the Type 1 project.
Yes, wonderful. And just to reiterate to everybody, we are planning a Type 1 roadshow for the year 2012, in which Freeman and Jamie and his crew will be spearheading this road trip across the country. And they have acquired a school bus, which they are currently converting into a Ken Kesey sort of Merry Pranksters symbol of freedom and art and all that wonderful stuff. And it looks like it's going to be powered by Tesla next year, which is wonderful.
And we want to see pictures of it, guys. I hear you're painting and doing stuff to it.
Yes.
Yeah, there's actually more than one bus. There's 3 buses that are involved in the project at this point.
Wow.
So it's really exciting. It's already moved up to that. And then, of course, there's a couple other people who have just pledged to be involved in the, going with their vehicles. So,
yeah, this is going to be a caravan of love is what we got going on here. I'll look up the ninjas, Frater. No worries. I'll get the ninjas.
It's going to be more than one direction, too, we're thinking, because if we're going to, people will be coming from different directions coming together towards the area. So there'll be conceivably more than one wagon train heading towards the event or events.
I can't believe what's coming together. This is going to be legit. This is going to be real. I can't wait.
Yeah.
This is nuts, man. This is awesome. You heard her here first, man. Type 1 Radio. We got Tesla coils.
And so if you encompass everything that's going on the Friends of Freeman, all the different groups that have formed, the idea is that everyone will be able to contribute their own technology and vision and mysticism to the idea. And in different spots, they could actually activate the areas and, put Organite there and have people there who are doing, creative visualization and, constant vigils and, just all kinds of interesting ways to raise the vibration, raise the energy level, and then try to sort of synchronize all the areas in one for the big event of the winter solstice 2012.
Wow.
Awesome.
This is wonderful. And this is how we start building our Type 1 civilization together. This is how we bring together our wisdom and our experience and our artwork and everything. And Frater, I mean, what do you think of this? This is crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And it's all, the idea all sprang out of the feeling that I had. And it turns out that Brandon, the involved observer from the Friends of Freeman, he, on his end, was at the same time as I was having inspiration about the idea, he was having it as well. It's a little bit different, but if you bring the two together, the two ideas form together nicely. The idea of a caravan going around for 12 months, literally, the whole year, going from spot to spot in America, different energy spots that are known, unknown, and just feeling it and sensing the energy there and deciding what spot will be the best one, or several, maybe 3, maybe 4. Who knows? We're open to see what happens, But inevitably, along the way, the friends that are made and the networks of people that get together and sharing the exchange of ideas and inspiration, it's just going to be exciting.
Well, it's really cool, too, that everybody can be involved. It doesn't matter where you're at, because that's what's so awesome, collaboration, everybody uniting. Very cool.
Yeah, when you get people together. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Magic happens.
Yeah, I was just going to say, anybody listening, if you are into what you're hearing here, just log into friendshipagenda.com. That's where you can find us all. There's about 600 members there right now, and these are all highly enlightened beings all coming together in friendship. We're all holding hands and supporting each other and just bringing the best out of each other. And this whole Type 1 thing, we're just here. We're enlightened. We know what's going on. We just want to change things together. So this is our goal as Type 1 artists, and we're trying to build our Type 1 civilization together. And this is part of it, this roadshow. So if you like what you hear, friendshipagenda.com. And yeah, go ahead, Frater. Go ahead, if you're still there.
I'm still here. Let's see. So what I was saying was the thing that really inspired me about it, and I've talked about this a little already, but we can bring it up again, is that when I went to the Tesla Science Conference in July on the anniversary of his birthday, which they do every year, it was the 3rd annual one this year, and when I was there, I met so many people. It's like when you go on Friends of Freeman, you meet so many people at once that are available that all have like-minded ideas, interests. There's a certain resonance. There's a certain quickening of energy when you come around people. And then when you go to a deliberate event like a conference or a gathering of any kind, we're all here for that reason. We want to come together. We want to share ideas. We want to hear things. We want to learn things. We want to, convey information back and forth. And so we're open. People are open. It's not like when you're trying to, talk to some people about something that you're not really into,
Yeah.
It's not that same dynamic, right?
Right.
So that's what really spoke to me, was that I felt so inspired. I felt as if ideas were coming easier and greater volume of ideas and inspiration because I was around people who were, lifting me up almost, causing me to feel more, enthusiastic and excited about the ideas that we were sharing.
Inspiration, yeah. That's what happens when we come together. That's why it's so magical.
Exactly.
And that's why there's been a system set in place for so long to keep us divided.
Exactly.
The diversity agenda, right? Celebrate our diversity, right? But it's really just a way to keep us all divided and keep us from ever thinking for 1 minute, what do we have in common as opposed to what do we have that divides us and puts us in our little... And the one thing we have in common is that we're all working, for the machine. We're all working towards...
Yep.
We're all duped into believing that... I love that you guys gathered old commercials, That's... I read a little essay one time that mentioned how commercials are really what television's all about. The shows in between are just the way to hold us until the next commercial.
Yeah.
And our job as viewers is to watch commercials. That's the bottom line,
Exactly right.
Very true.
And so it's very
advertisement knows it too.
Yeah, that's why there's a multi-billion-dollar industry there. And but think of the Super Bowl advertisement. I mean, geesh. that's crazy, the amount of money that's spent for 10 seconds, you know?
Yeah.
And so, that's in the immortal words of Jesse Jackson, we may not all have come over in the same boat, but we're all in the same boat now.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
That's the truth, you know? I mean, we all share this collective fate of working for the bankers, really, at this point, I guess.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Hey, Frater, you mentioned Organite. I think you also have, like, chembusters and stuff like that. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I work with all kinds of radionic and what I call IODs, interactive organite devices.
Nice.
And I'm in the process of manufacturing my own, but I've got some that were made for me and some that were given to me. And if you haven't already checked out that organite group on the Friends of Freeman, check that out.
Yeah, I've been
well.
meaning
Really
to go in
cool.
there. I make my own too, and I think that's something it's a great do-it-yourself project, and one of those things that you know something, share it with others.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll
as a matter of
definitely
fact,
get in there.
Yeah, October 8th, we're going to have Free Energy Jay. That's what I call him. Jay, who's the one that started all these groups, like the Fifth Dimensional Group and the Free Energy Group and all these groups. Jay, he's going to be on my show, second hour, on October
nice.
8th.
Wow.
Friends of Freeman guest, so we're going to have him on to talk about his knowledge. I mean, this guy's got, he's like a, almost like a little contemporary Tesla going on or something. I mean, his knowledge is amazing. He if you ever read the entries that he puts down, it's really thought-provoking and intriguing and interesting stuff. And he's very innovative. He's always looking for innovative ways to sort of move beyond. For example, there are those who are concerned that organite. Well, the fiber it's a resin that's very almost like noxious when you're making it. There's very strong fumes.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who's made organite, when you mix the catalyst with the carbon-based fiberglass resin. So there are those who say, well, this can't be good for you. You're not supposed to breathe it in. You've got to work, have ventilation, and if you get near it and you don't have ventilation, you better have a mask on. But so he's working with amber, melting amber, and then mixing it with, and then he mixes all the stuff together, and he mixes alcohol in there, and then he puts it out in the sun. The alcohol evaporates, the amber hardens, and it makes like natural amber organite. Yes.
Oh my God! And that's like double what that can do, because we know what amber does.
Yeah, you're getting.
Wow, that's the part that I
so
hate is going to I get the stuff at like Home Depot or Lowe's, and it's so toxic. And I've tried to think of other ways to encase. Very expensive, yeah. And I've tried to think of other ways to encase it, and wow, that's brilliant. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah,
that's
and,
really cool.
Of course, Don Croft said the same thing, that in Africa they're doing the same thing. They're using all kinds of different things. Like he said, you could use syrup and sugar. The only thing is that when it rains, what's that?
I thought of sap, but I just never thought of resin. I mean, it's, pretty much.
Well, amber is basically petrified sap, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what we're talking about. And so the thing with sugar is that it's fine if you're in like a desert region where it doesn't rain much, it'll still stay, intact, especially if you buried it, But eventually it'll break down again. So that's why the resin is more permanent. The organite made with resin is more permanent, But who asked the question about the chembusters, and what was the topic? What was the point? Was that you, Lobo, or was that Sonic? Who brought up?
That was me. That was Lobo. Yeah, no, I was only asking because, yes, there was an organite group that was set up on Friends of Freeman recently, and it may have been Jay. And also, Jay has come on in the last couple of weeks, and, welcome aboard, Jay. Nice to meet you. I'm glad we're friends. We're all friends with Jay now. I've read his posts. He knows his shit. He's got amazing stuff. Yeah.
It is amazing.
Yeah, friendshipagenda.com.
He started another group. Jay has started another group. Announcement, everyone. Hot off the presses. Jay has started another group. It's called Fringe Science. We're going to have to tell him to ratchet it back on all the group forming at this point. Got so many groups being formed at once,
Jay, you did. Yeah, we love Jay.
Uh-oh, Sonic.
Another group announcement, everyone. Hot off the presses.
Yeah, Fringe Science. Yeah.
Tell them to ratchet back on all the group forming at this point.
Yeah.
Got so many groups being formed at once,
These are our friends in the UK. Sonic. Sonic, can you hear us? Sonic.
We love Jay.
Oh, man.
Oh, we got somebody's radio in the background. That's a
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I heard myself saying hot off the presses.
Yeah, we got a little Pete and repeat.
All right, well, Frater, thank you for calling in. Plug your show if you'd like, and we got to jump. We got a show to do, I guess. But go ahead, Frater, dude.
Oh, we got somebody's radio. Obviously, tonight we're not going to be on. It's going to be a repeat of John Lamb Lash. I got a lot of stuff going on, and also next week I thought I was going to be going to the Maryland meeting next week, but that's not happening. It turns out it's going to be the 22nd, but we still have a lot of stuff going on, and so the next 2 weeks are going to be rebroadcast. Tonight's going to be John Lash. Next week will be David Bloom, and this is all on American Freedom Radio. 10 o'clock Saturday nights. That's 10 o'clock Central Standard, 11 o'clock on Eastern. And like I said, when we come back on the 8th of October, we're going to have Jay come on the second hour and talk about all that he has to share with everybody and give him a chance to just, share whatever he wants to in the moment. And I really appreciate you guys letting me come on and talk, and I'm really excited that you're taking this baton and running with it, and good luck, and I hope we all realize our full potential with this.
Yes, thank you so much for the updates on this roadshow. I think it's going to be spectacular, just a global event, really, from the road. And it's going to be a mobile media lab is what Freeman calls it, and we're just going to be hitting the road on this road show. It's a caravan of love. Come join us next year, 2012. Thank you, Frater X.
Thank you, Frater. Have a great day.
Yeah, it was nice talking with you.
Take care, man. Nice meeting you.
Later,
yeah,
brother.
nice meeting you. Bye-bye.
It's a global event, really, from the road, and it's going to be a mobile media lab.
Sonic!
Caravan of love. Come join us next year as well. Okay. Sorry, Sonic. I have to put you on mute because we're getting a lot of feedback, but we'll figure it out during the break. I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Tanya and Shane with Wash Your Brain. I think they wanted to say some things. Actually, let's play a fun clip for you guys first, okay?
Okay.
This is from, I think it's about 84, 85. Let's do this. Here we go.
It's yours?
No,
My mother said she found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys must
Must have what?
Look, Daddy.
Where did you get it?
Daddy,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
you all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
Yeah, you remember, Tanya. You remember. Oh, do we?
I can remember that. Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
How old were you, Shane, at that time?
I can't remember that off the top of my head. What year was it from?
I think it's about 84, 85. And this was their Just Say No to Drugs campaign, right, that they kicked off here in the U.S. This was
I remember
radio.
watching a bunch of that stuff in school.
Yeah.
We had this program, they called it the VIP program, where they would come around and teach you all about drugs up here in Canada.
Did they do the same thing and teach you how bad it was, how wrong it was, but at the same time they taught you
absolutely.
everything? But at the same time they teach you everything you need to know how to take these drugs, right?
Absolutely, how to make them, and they were actually showing you stuff. I remember them showing you marijuana just so that you would get familiar with the smell so that you would know when other kids were doing it and stuff like that.
Yeah, we had that in 6th grade, they brought in a smoking machine and they smoked a joint in the classroom just so, we could get the smell of cannabis. And I think it triggered a lot of kids' senses because half of them ended up smoking weed all through high school and stuff. It was classic stuff.
Yep.
Tanya, what up? You remember this commercial, Tanya. It's a PSA.
I totally remember it. After school, right before the special.
God, it's hilarious. Watching it now?
Yeah, all of it. Well, looking back, I mean, we see it in everything, absolutely everything. And that's something I wanted to discuss with everyone is that we are all programmed. If you've been born on this planet, you're programmed. I mean, it happens it happens even before birth with what the mother may ingest. But definitely at birth, they get a hold of us right away. They vaccinate us. They get us to sign a binding contract before we can even speak or write. I was thinking about that today, about my footprint and my handprint on my birth certificate.
Oh, yeah.
Then you get the
Thing you ever
certificate.
did.
And
First thing you ever did was register with them.
yeah, exactly. The very first thing. So, I mean, nobody's immune to this. And I guess what we're going to talk a little bit about today is the mass media and what a powerful tool it is by the controllers to manipulate the masses. But the most important thing, in my opinion, is to know that we allow this.
Yeah.
And so the good news is that we can choose to stop allowing it well. And the only way to counter all constant programming that takes place every day on our minds is to become aware that it's being done and then choose to not let it control you, because our power of choice is our power to create.
Yes.
And I think that's really important. And it's, it's hard when we wake up because we go through all these emotions and stuff, and nobody likes to be duped or taken advantage of, and a lot of that are those feelings. So that's why it's so important to come together and support one another and realize that we're all going through this. Nobody is immune to this. And together is how we can get out of it as well.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Tanya. And let's talk about Wash Your Brain, because you guys formed Wash Your Brain as sort of an antidote to all this programming, correct?
Yeah. Shane and I go back a couple years now, and we met behind the scenes in the so-called alternative community of truth seekers and people searching when they know that something isn't quite right. And the one thing that we were seeing over and over again is nobody was really addressing the children and the youth, except for the controllers. And Shane and I, we love kids. And so with Wash Your Brain, we wanted to reach out to everyone, of course, but put a special focus on the youth. And not just report that, hey, the world's filled with shit, and it is, but we didn't want to just stop there. We wanted to say, you know what, the world may be shitty, and these are some things that are going on, but here's some solutions. And more importantly, here are some other options that maybe you didn't even know existed. And even better than that, let's hold hands and get through it together. So that's what we're trying to do.
And I have to say that, in terms of Type 1 art, you guys can go, anybody's listening, you guys can go check out Wash Your Brain's Type 1 art, I call it. Shane and Tanya and Bethany over there, they have a series of interviews, and one of their really popular ones that's taking off is called Hollywood Mind Control. You could go on. Yes, it's doing really great. Go on YouTube, you type in Hollywood Mind Control, and I think it's probably the first one on there. And in just a couple months since that video's been out, you guys got like 35,000 or so hits on this, views on this video. And a lot of crazy comments too. It's hilarious. But your video itself, it's just an interview with Freeman and Jamie about Hollywood Mind Control, about Disney, about...
they share all their wealth. It's so wonderful. Yes. And we really try to take an approach to people that had never heard this before and just speak kind of candidly about it. And yeah, there's been an incredible response. We actually just recorded part 2, and we're working on the editing, so hopefully that'll be out in about a month. And it's really good as well, of course, because Jamie and Freeman, they're a walking library, and they're awesome. Yes. Hey guys, if you're listening.
They're probably painting their bus. We're gonna do the heavy lifting now. This is our radio show. They spent much airtime on the air instead. They should be painting their bus. So we'll let them during the weekend. Yeah, I encourage everyone to check out Hollywood Mind Control video of theirs and spread it to all your peeps, man. This is what Type 1 is about, because we have the Type 1 telephone, which is what the scientists call it, which is called the Internet to us. And we have things like Facebook and all those things to spread, spread our friends' work here. This is Type 1 art, and the only way this is going to work is if we support each other. And the way we do that is just send everyone to these videos, man. We just need views to keep going, honestly.
Educate. You have to educate yourself. You have to question everything. Do your own research. Follow your intuition. Think for yourself, and don't let anybody else tell you how to think, feel, or live. It's very important.
Exactly. Well, in that regard, let's play another clip. When we were kids, Tanya and Shane, this is how we were washed. All right, so this is basically, they take Michael Jackson's song, Billie Jean, and they turn it into a Pepsi commercial, a Pepsi jingle. And this is like, correct me if I'm wrong, the 80s.
Yeah. Well, it's the same. It's the same time. This is where he caught his hair on fire, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For the
Yes. And this is where they took pop stars. They, got them endorsement deals with major corporations like Coke or Pepsi. God, it hasn't been the same since. Like, that's all you see now when you see, like, famous pop stars today. That's all they're doing is pimping stuff,
Well, exactly. They got to keep us consuming. They certainly don't want us creating.
Yeah, it's just become industry, so it's not so much art anymore. It really just straight up just pisses me off because what we're seeing is not like, it's not organic thought or organic art or anything like that. It's just all corporate, just mind control, just, consumption, buy this, buy that, and just, it kills me. So thank you guys. Wash your brain.
Yeah.
In there. I mean, it takes a lot of balls, honestly, to do what you guys are doing. Because I know, because I've been there. I'm in the thick of it with you guys. And
well, doing for others is doing for yourself. I mean, loving you is loving me. We're all in this together, and it's the only way we're going to get out. We have to take personal responsibility and then join together. Interesting. I mean, when I say everybody is programmed, especially a lot of these celebrities too. I mean, if you want to look at, for example, an offshoot of MK Ultra, Project Monarch, you look at any Disney child star, and there you have a recipe of what to do to them. So, I mean, they're in control as well.
Yes, exactly. Tanya, I think you're kind of cutting out. Shane, can you hear Tanya okay? The signal.
No, she's cutting out for me as well, but
okay.
I hear the same thing you do, I believe.
All right, well, Tanya, can you just...
But yeah, above all else, we like to be able to... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Shane. Tanya, I was just going to say if you did... I think it's a mic issue, so if you just hang back from the mic, I think we'll try that. But go ahead, Shane. Drop us some wisdom, my friend.
Well, above all else, we like to be able to support people during the kind of waking up process or trying to move forward after waking up. We all kind of tend to isolate ourselves for a little while and then come back out into a world that we don't really understand anymore because we're looking at it with a whole different set of eyes. And I think that there's, hundreds of thousands of people walking each country right now, all in that same spot where they're seeing things that they didn't see before. They're hearing things in their music. They're not sure what to watch, what to listen to. They're not sure how to feel about what they like and what they don't like. And so I think that being able to support people through that is important, being able to give them a little bit of information that, hey, you're not alone. There's hundreds of thousands of other people out there feeling the same as you, and you can take everything that you're learning and you can make it real, tangible by actually going out and doing in your community, in your family, in your life, or even friendship agendas like Freeman's Friends of Freeman here. There's options for everybody, and you can take everything you've learned and put it to work instead of just feeling afraid and alone.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Shane, washyourbrain.org. Yeah, guys, check out washyourbrain.org, and you can see their work, Shane and Tanya. If you guys like to call in, we're live right now. The number is 661-621-7506, and I'm going to play some tunes for Tanya. Because I know she's a dancer, and she's going to shake her booty. All right, let's talk about Madonna for a minute here. Okay, we were fortunate enough to grow up with Madonna and Michael Jackson and all these huge icons now.
Yeah.
We went through the whole growing process of their stardom, And what would you say, I don't know, just throw it out there. What are your memories of all this here? And they really neat things, music videos where they're just trying to get famous.
Oh, and they've gone viral, too.
Yeah, this one in particular. This one's called My Jeans, which came out last year at some point. And got tens of millions and millions of views. There's another girl named Rebecca Black, and you guys can check out her video called Friday, which is just this
Fun Friday.
Yeah, dude, god awful. video, and it's just so, I don't even know what to call it. It's just, it's just dumb,
Both
dude.
of those songs really hurt my feelings.
Yeah, yeah.
It really hurts
Well,
my feelings to listen to that quote music.
Isn't this what you were showing me, Lobo, where they don't strive to even be the best? They kind of shoot to be like a D-list performer?
Yeah, I know. They just want to be the famous. They just want to be famous, and that's the currency they're after. It's not even about being rich or anything anymore. It's just they just want to be famous, and that's the YouTube generation now. So here you go, guys. It's a 4-minute smoke break, and here we go with Jenna Rose, My Jeans, a Type 0 artist. Oh, you know you love it, Shane. You know you love it, Shane.
Wow. I think we all threw up in our mouth a little bit.
It hurts my feelings. Yeah, it hurts my feelings on many levels. First of all, I enjoy music, and that hurts my feelings. Secondly, I enjoy human beings, and these poor young girls really think that they need to do this at all. Hurts my feelings, to be honest.
Yeah.
Why can't you see that you don't need to make a spoof music video to be recognized and to be heard? It's an unfortunate reality for them.
She got that 15 million views, close to 15 million on that one alone. And, well, the sad part is she's also got a couple more videos out, this Jenna Rose, and they keep getting sexier and sexier. And like I said, I believe she's only like 13 or 14 is the disgusting part, you know. And these are girls that are basically worshiping Katy Perry and, you know, Madonna and Britney and all that. And this is part of their programming, and you're seeing the result. And they are just really striving to be famous. Is their goal, life's goal.
Well, it's because they're being raised by a machine. They broke up the family. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Sounds sexy.
Yep.
They broke up the family unit very carefully. They started doing that in the 70s. They took mommy away. Both parents work. Who raises the kids? They come home. They plug in. They're raised by a machine. They're raised by TV, video games, and the Internet. This is all they know. This is what we are teaching them. Exactly.
Follow the little red and blue man. Follow the little red and blue man.
Okay, guys, there's really no format. What do you guys want to talk about? Because we could talk about these girls all day long. We could talk about video games. We could talk about what do you want to talk about here, man? Because there's so many angles here with this brain.
I know, it's everywhere. It's the music. It's in the movies. Well, and it's very carefully planned. I mean, I spent some years in New York City. I fell into some jobs working for these entertainment companies where I worked in advertising, marketing, promotions, and public relations. And wow, I never took any of that in school, so I kind of learned on the job. And it's a science. They pay a lot of attention and money into marketing through all these different forms of media. Mass media is media designed to reach the largest audience possible. So it's TV, movies, radio, newspapers, magazines, books, music, video games, Internet.
It's down to a science.
And it's also...
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shane.
It's also really difficult for everyone in our position at this point because, we also, like Tanya was pointing out earlier, we've all been programmed by this. We've all grown up with it. Mm-hmm. We've all come to like certain aspects of what programmed reality. And it becomes hard when you start realizing that all your favorite actors and all your favorite musicians and even all your favorite, maybe if you're into science, some of your favorite scientists are all being duped to teach you things that they shouldn't and to teach you to go the wrong way at every turn.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
It can be very disillusioning. Well, yeah, heartbreaking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I would like to point out there is an amazing documentary. If you haven't seen it, it's a British movie. It's called Century of the Self, and it describes the ways that public relations and politicians have utilized the theories of Freud and Edward Bernays to create this all-consuming self. And it is really eye-opening, it's very wonderfully done. I think it won some awards and stuff. It's called The Century of the Self. It's, I think, 3 It's a series of at least 3. Very, very well done. And this will give you a look into, how much thought is behind the studies. There's a whole science of communications that they use in marketing and public relations and politics and in everything. So that would be a good place to start.
That's wonderful. Okay, well, all right, let's jump into this video game thing, because you sent me some links and I wanted to play.
Yeah.
This was video games to us growing up. Super Mario Brothers. This is back when it was like an 8 megabyte kind of game.
Well, I started with Atari, so I don't know about you.
Me too, yes. The old days of Combat and Centipedes. Beautiful. Space Invaders, yes. They were...
less bit rate of sound thing. Even sounded way cheaper.
They've always been addictive, video games. And,
yes.
They're like crack. They're like crack, especially when you're a kid. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this trailer for this video game that just came out this year called Deus Ex. Deus Ex. And yeah, let's just play the trailer and then we'll go ahead and break it down on the flip side. It's like 3 minutes. All right, so that's pretty much it. Deus Ex is this new video game. So it's no longer about, Super Mario saving the Queen. It's now about human augmentation and taking drugs to stay alive. It's the storyline. I think it's a first-person shooter game also, so you got all the violence on top of it. Good stuff.
What's interesting about that particular one is they've been doing this for a while now, actually, the augmented humans, the use of cybernetics. And with that one, they've actually taken the opposite approach, where they're pointing it out as something that may be wrong and maybe something we're not thinking through clearly, and forming a revolution based on that. So it's kind of funny because they're now playing to the other side of people, because a lot of people would play them and go, oh wow, I want to get augmented, I want to have myself upgraded. And then some people who maybe didn't feel that way can play that particular game and go, okay, now I'm fighting for the side that doesn't want everyone to become a clone.
Wow.
Yes.
Good times, man. Good times. I think, Tanya, you sent me something else. There was a game called The Secret World.
Oh, yeah. This time you don't have to start with picking your trauma. You start with picking your secret society.
This is a game, The Secret World. It's a video game also. I think it just came out, and it's the storyline is basically in a world where all conspiracy theories and myths are true. You get to choose which side you're going to fight for. So you got 3 major factions to join up with, and that's the Illuminati, the Templars, and also the Dragon Group, which is the Asian secret society, I guess. And they're just basically turning all of this mainstream, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of mind-blowing. I don't know what to think of that. I don't know what they're trying to do.
And it's always the same recipe. See, they're always getting you to search for that which is outside yourself, and that you're not good enough. And these are just lies, because each and every one of us is absolutely beautiful, amazing, and all-powerful. I can't stress that enough.
Thank you so much, Tanya.
Choose yourself, please. Go in. You have every answer and everything you could ever need within you.
Wonderful. We have a caller. Let's see what's up. Hey, Jensen, you're on the line. What up?
Hi.
We have a caller through Skype. It says, Jensen, are you there? Hello. Type 1 technology. How about it, folks? All right, Tribe's back. I guess they fell offline. Okay, if you want to call in and join the chat, it's 661-621-7506. I think we got about 5 to 8 minutes left here in the first hour, and then we're going to switch over to Sonic and the gang in the UK, and also we're going to hear from Angela in Lawrence, Kansas. She's going to update us on her sustainable gardening. What was I going to say? Okay,
I think I can answer your last question as well, about if the themes are turning more and more to conspiracy theories.
Yes.
I think that the reason for that is because they don't, the controlling factions don't necessarily want kids listening to other kids who are going to be telling them all the stuff that we talk about, all the things, the information that we present. And so it's the same thing that they did with say, aliens or the diversity agenda. Any of it has all been kind of turning us against the truth, essentially. First, they start by laying it out as straight fiction. This is only a video game. It's not real. You'll start bumping into all kinds of themes that are real, legitimate magic in video games, and they're supposed to be enhanced or superpowers. And now they're turning that around to all these conspiracies, like Assassin's Creed is about, you know, a Templar who is assassinating people, and this game as well, to kind of pervert the idea of conspiracy theorists or different ideas or alternative ideas, is a lot of why I think that they are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I think we're at a time now, and this is what the Type 1 art is all about, and you guys are definitely in the thick of it. You guys, with your work, your documentaries, your interviews, to me that's definitely Type 1 art. To me, Type 1 art is intentional in a sense that it's meant to be counter-programming, because the Type 1 artists are the ones who actually do know what's going on, and they are enlightened, and they're just creating artwork which is helping to just awaken the masses, enlighten the masses, and just, you know, move forward away from this garbage, because we literally can, like, steer our civilization away from the programming.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's so much easier than a lot of people think. We don't have to be stuck in this fear mode where we're just surrounded by all the crap, you know. We don't need it pointed out to us 24/7. It's definitely time to start creating, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Procreation.
Yes, definitely. I'm going to play a little clip of my own show. That's the joy of hosting your own radio show. Your own shit.
Well, tell us about it, Phil.
Thank you, Tanya.
You're welcome.
I have a couple web series. Thank you, Tanya. I have a couple web series online that I've been working on the last couple of years. First one's called Painting in the New World Order. I don't have any clips of it. You can just go on YouTube. Type in Painting in the New World Order. And what I did was I was a huge fan of Bob Ross growing up. You know, having trees. Wonderful. I mean, he's like a Type 1 artist way ahead of his time. He was like Type 1 like 30 years ago. And he's like a huge icon now on the internet. He's immortal. But I love the guy so much. I was artistic, so I started following along, and I just started doing the Bob Ross wet on wet technique for like 12 years. So once I started awakening and seeing what's happening in the world, I started like gearing my paintings towards that. So I said, screw it. Why don't I do my own Bob Ross show where I just instruct how to do oil painting and then just add my little own twist, throw some information in there. So what you'll find with my paintings is you'll learn how to do happy little trees and blue skies and clouds and everything, just like Bob Ross. But what I also do is I throw in like chemtrails or nuclear mushroom clouds or subliminal messages, things like that. It's a really fun show. It's really funny. I bring my wife on the sidelines here and there. It's really blast. It's really homemade. It's got this cable access feel, and on purpose. It's just meant to have a good time. So that is one. Painting in the New World Order, and then there's also God Rewards the Fearless, which is my current attempt to create Hollywood style, Hollywood level narrative filmmaking. This is an action sci-fi web series, and it's continuing. And I'm behind the scenes. It's independent, so I'm struggling with all the crap you got to deal with production, all the egos and whatnot happens behind the scenes, and we're trying to keep the show, keep it going. So what we need is just people to get the word out, come and watch the show. We just need views at this point, so we can just bring on sponsors and just keep the show going. So here's a little 30-second clip of my show, God Rewards the Fearless, and it incorporates a lot of our current knowledge of what we know is going on in the world today. And this is a show that basically takes place in 2017. So this is after a collapse, and economic collapse, and martial law has kicked in. And this takes place in Los Angeles. So here you go.
Our country has collapsed. Our country has been divided. And if the killing continues, there'll be none of us left. That's what our puppet masters want. That's what the Georgia Guidestones want. It's time to heal the wounds, Patriots.
She's alive, Lola.
Police. Her iris and microchip were scanned 2 days ago at a perimeter checkpoint just outside San Bernardino. We need a hell of a lot more enemy assets and intel if we're going to plan a rescue. Let's do this.
Okay, so it goes on to more visual stuff. But yeah, you can check out my show online. It's up on YouTube, God Rewards the Fearless.
And it's absolutely fantastic and so artistically wonderful.
Thank you so much. You're hired.
Mm-hmm.
You're hired.
Great.
Yeah, I got Bruce Lee's goddaughter in my show. Her name is Diana Lee Inosanto, and she's a martial artist, an actress, movie director in her own right. She's spectacular in the show. We also got Maury Sterling and Willie Laureano, who is an actual Filipino martial arts expert, and he's
great.
He's spectacular as well.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. This show, I am really aiming to go mainstream as much as possible. I want to bring in some well-known actors onto the show. There's also talks already. We're trying to create, turn it into a feature film, which is ultimately what I want to do with this thing. So, yeah, we can actually do this. With your support, we can make this happen. And I'm totally going to blow the lid on everything with this show. I guarantee it. So please help me out with that. I love all you guys. The hour one is up, it looks like. Guys, Tanya and Shane, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say to everybody, choose you and love yourself. Try it. You might like it.
Awesome. Shane, any closing words, my friend, for the public?
No, I think Tanya said what we need to say, and we love you. So you should love
yeah,
you.
we love you.
And I love you guys, and I love all of you out there. If you'd like to join our little friendship club, you can come to friendshipagenda.com. And right now we're going to go to a smoke break and switch over to Sonic. I'm going to take you out with a couple of songs. I'm just going to randomly grab stuff here. Oh, can't go wrong with Gil Scott. So I'm going to take you out with Gil Scott. The revolution will not be televised because it's on Skype. This goes out to Billy and Angela in Lawrence, Kansas. I hope they're out there. I hope we get to hear you in the second hour. So here we go. Okay, welcome to hour 2 of the Type 1 Radio Lounge. You can call in at 661-621-7506. Right now we're going to go to Sonic in the UK. Sonic is the guy who set up this whole radio show, and we're having technical difficulties big time. We've been experimenting with this Skype stuff and the radio show for a couple weeks now, and we still haven't gotten all the kinks out. So I'm going to go live with Sonic, and we just may figure this out on the air. Here we go. 7506. There we go. Sonic back. Sonic is the guy who set up this whole radio show, and we're having technical difficulties big time. We've been experimenting with this Skype stuff and the radio show for a couple weeks now. We still haven't gotten all the kinks out. So I'm going to go live with Sonic, and we just may figure this out on the air.
Hello?
Here we go. Hello, Sonic. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We may get feedback because I think we're on a 7-second delay or something like that. So I'm going to try conferencing you in, my friend. Hold on. We're going to go to a song, and we're going to figure this out here. Okay, right now we have Reptilian Brain from the Type 1 artist, Flo White, and he's been around for a few years now. He got in early in the game. If you could check his stuff out on YouTube, I highly recommend it. This one's called Reptilian Brain, and he's also made some music videos with his songs, and they are spectacular. And they're done for a low budget and independently, no corporate influence. And I encourage all of you to do the same because we all have the technology to do so. So don't let your voice just get walked on, man. You guys got talents. I know you do. It's time to dust off those guitars and those keyboards and just get out there, let your voice be heard. Okay, here you go. Type 1 artist, Flo White with Reptilian Brain.
Starting way back, yeah, when Yahweh was busting bubbles, contemplating this disease we call man's troubles. Adam and Eve were out picking fruits and misbehaving. Knowledge of the tree of life, yeah, they both was craving. So with the reptile, they began to contract and sweetness of fruit in their mouth. Their lips was smacking, but God's stewardship, both parties were lacking. Ever since then, it seems the human race has been slacking. dragon. And now they dumbfounded, stumbling around and where it leads. Because a reptile had some tricks up his sleeve. Come on.
Hello, welcome back to Type 1 Radio Lounge. I am just clicking away on buttons because I can't figure a damn thing out on this Skype thing. So yeah, we're still on the air. This is Type 1 Radio Lounge, and this is the second hour. Sonic and his crew were supposed to come on, and Angela as well. We're having such a fuckle on here. Nick is on the line. Sonic in the UK. Let's try it again. Hi, Sonic. Can you hear me? They're going to hear me in 7 seconds.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Might be able to hear me. I can't hear anything now.
Uh-oh. I can hear you, Sonic. How's the weather there in the UK? Top of the morning to you, my friend. Okay, we lost Sonic. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna talk to you guys by myself. I'm going solo. I can't get Tanya back on either. It's hilarious. This is Type 1 technology. They give us all this power, but still got to figure it out. Anyway, I want to talk to you about Max Headroom really quick. Max Headroom was this character in the 80s who came out, and this guy was like this virtual reality icon. He was on television, I think he started with, and then Max Headroom became this I don't even know what to call it. He just became this, like, as huge as Madonna and Michael Jackson. He was just this figure that was around. He wasn't even real. Max Headroom was played by this actor named Matt Frewer, and what they did, they took his image and turned him into like this cyber reality-looking talking head on the television. And I'm going to play you this really quick Coke commercial he did. He had a TV show, he had a song, he had a music video with The Art of Noise, and he had an endorsement deal with Coke. And this is what we were bombarded with as kids in the 80s. Okay, that's Max Headroom from about circa 1985-86, and what you're hearing there is a lot of things. Max Headroom is promoting Coke, obviously, but he was interviewing a Pepsi can, and there's this cola war going on in the 80s. It was basically like Coke versus Pepsi, and there's a lot of, I guess you could call it divide and conquer. I mean, I did have arguments with people about Coke and New Coke versus Pepsi. And this sort of thing is totally ridiculous. So the thing with Max Headroom was he was very influential. I remember in 6th grade I think it was 7th grade actually, we had Max Headroom Day at school. So everyone wore their Coca-Cola issue Max Headroom t-shirts to school, even the teachers. And this is how much influence this guy had on society, American society. And I'm going to play you right now. We're going to go to a smoke break, and we're going to figure out some more stuff behind the scenes, technologically speaking. This is Max Headroom doing a music video with The Art of Noise. And this version did not hit the radio. It was only on MTV. This is called Paranoia. The song is called Paranoia. You could look it up on YouTube. I highly recommend you do this. It's a 3-minute long song, and if you've ever heard a hypnotist at work, I've seen live hypnotism done, and what the hypnotists do is they suggest to the victim or whoever, they suggest to them to open up their mind. And what they have them do is visualize like a door opening or something like that, and that's to allow your brain to accept subliminal suggestion. And what they also do from then on, they suggest you go into a sleep state, an awakened sleep state, and they use all these words like sleep or dream or things like that, and they basically put you to sleep first, and then they put you under their mind control. They offer you suggestions while your subliminal mind is open. And then they, the shows I've seen, they make people do really goofy stuff like, get up and dance like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, dumb stuff like that. And those are pretty tame versions of hypnotism. There's evil parts of that too. I mean, it's all about mind control. But the thing I found when I went back and watched this video with Max Headroom doing this video with The Art of Noise is that it sounded incredibly like a hypnotic suggestion, this whole song. And mind you, I'm going to play the whole thing. It's 3 minutes, 20 seconds. And listen to the key words, the key phrases, and you can watch this video yourself and just see what kind of programming is going on. So here we go, Max Headroom with Paranoia with The Art of Noise. Okay, there you go. That was Max Headroom with the song Paranoia. He teamed up with The Art of Noise for that, and I hear a hypnotism suggestion. Hey, that's my dog. Hey, get your own Skype radio show, okay? Then you can bark all you want, you little mutt. Okay, we're going to go to try Sonic again, and we're going to unmute him and see what happens. Sonic, you're on, my friend. I'll just let you take the reins for a minute and see what happens. Get your own Skype radio show, okay? Then you can bark all you want, you little mutt.
Hello.
Okay, we're going to go to try Sonic again.
Poor little dog.
Unmute him. Sonic, you're on, my friend. I'll just let you take the reins for a minute.
Yeah. Are we on? Yeah, there's a slight delay. Poor little dog.
No. Is that how long a delay is?
7 seconds. That's more than 7 seconds, though. It's not like that's really long, is it? No. Yeah, it's quite a delay.
Big delay.
Delay. There's a delay. Hello.
Get your guitar out. Right.
So we're waiting for Ange to turn up at the moment. Hello. So we're waiting for Ange to turn up at the moment. And it's quite a muffle of hum.
Sounds like they're playing in their bottles as well.
Delay the delay.
Is that their microphone picking up what you're saying and then sending it back again?
Smoke weed every day.
Oh. Okay, yeah, Sonic, you guys, I can hear you. I think there's an incredibly weird, like, 10-second delay.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. Don't even think about it, guys.
My apologies to Alex Jones. We're just doing a test there. Can you hear me, guys? There's an incredibly weird, like, 10-second delay.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. Don't even think about it, guys.
Who invited him?
My apologies to Alex Jones. Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Finally. Wait, okay, kind of lost him. All right, so here we go. Type 1 Radio Lounge. This is quite fun, I gotta say. There's just so much happening here behind the scenes. Listen, okay, this is gonna be a show about, you know, the old programming and our current programming. So I'm gonna play you something that occurred to me during the late '80s, probably about 1988. I was in junior high, and this song hit the airwaves. Well, it didn't really hit the airwaves. It kind of went through school, and it influenced a whole bunch of white kids and scared the shit out of them. But then it kind of took over, you know, took over society, took over the suburbs, and the rest is kind of history. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the song that I believe started it all. And this song, I believe, led to the hip-hop just explosion. So this is the beginning of gangster rap. This is the band, or the rap group, NWA, a.k.a. Niggas with Attitudes, and this is their song Straight Outta Compton, and I probably will not, I'll just play whatever. Here we go. Straight Outta Compton, NWA. Okay, that was Wiz Khalifa with On My Level. We're back on the Type 1 Radio Lounge, and it's just been a big old fustercluck, technologically speaking. We got a caller calling in. Who's this?
It's Shane. I came back.
Oh, came to keep me company here during the train wreck.
That's right. Man. I figured you could use a little bro hug, you know.
Aw, see, that is the Friendship Agenda. So if you'd like to join our crazy little group, friendshipagenda.com is where you can find us. I'm Lobo, and here's Shane. You know what's fun, Shane, about this Blog Talk Radio setup is that we have a phone option. So I think I'm going to crank call Freeman here. Let's dial him up, man, see what happens. All right?
That'll be fine.
Let's do it. Okay, so really quick, where you at? Where you at, Shane? Where are you from?
I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Lucky me.
Yes. So are you Canadian or American citizen?
I'm Canadian. Yeah.
Wonderful. Good. Go Canada.
Born and raised here. I've spent lots of time in the States, but I've always lived officially in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so we're dialing Freeman's house. Pick it up, sucker. You know you want to. They're probably in the bus, you know, doing their thing. Mr. Freeman. It is Mr. Lobo.
Hey, what's up, Lobo?
Just chilling check this out, Freeman. You're going to love this. We had such a fustercluck on the air today with the Type 1 radio. Yeah, and guess what? It's still going, and you're on it.
What do you mean? Oh, we're live?
Dude, I totally used...
What's that?
I totally used this phone thing to call you. It was hilarious. So we're calling from the switchboard, and we tried to have Sonic and all those folks in the UK on for the second hour, but it's just been a big old mess. It's hilarious. Good times.
Yeah, it takes some practice.
Definitely. Hey, sorry to totally just bombard you with this, but yeah, just thought I'd call you just for fun. Because,
right.
We kind of got time to kill. We got like 20 minutes left on this show, and, just thought we'd have some fun.
All right, so we're live on the air?
We are live, and yes, thank you for taking the call. Hey, Tanya, are you there? Tanya. I think Tanya was trying to call. Yeah, it's kind of choppy. It's been one of those days. I think the CIA is busy at work, getting their act.
Your internet just doesn't like you today.
A lot of chemtrails and solar flares,
Yeah.
Exactly. Tell us what's going on with that, solar flares and stuff. It's just nuts, man. Freeman, wasn't this supposed to be like the 3 days of darkness with Comet Elenin or something like that, or what's going on, man?
I never really believed in that whole thing. Report on it, of course, and report what the people are reporting, but then wait and see.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would like to see Elenin. I think it might be interesting. I don't know. We've had so many comments that came by. I've watched a number of them fly by. And this one seemed like another psyop that was bringing in another thing like Hail Bob, where we can have the Heaven's Gate cult all commit suicide and then, pass some more legislation on something. Put out some more warnings. And yeah, I didn't expect too much of Elenin, to be honest. That's why I didn't really promote it too heavily. I was the same way with H1N1. Although I just got a report from DARPA, from the Defense Advanced Research Projects.
Yeah.
And it was all on H1N1 acceleration program. And because I just get reports from, the secret space programs, I have searches going on. I don't honestly know what this whole H1N1 acceleration program is. It just, it was rather... it didn't say a whole lot in the report. But when I'm looking towards the future, I really do see the strong potential of like a flu pandemic again, because it seemed like they were doing a trial run to see what everybody would do and how we'd react back when they first started this. And then a lot of people are reporting a major banking crash for October. So these were two things that I actually was anticipating for the next crumbling parts of America, was flu pandemic along with the banking crash. They should hit together.
Wow.
So, October, that's kind of what I'm watching for.
Wow. Speaking of which, I do have a little 30-second clip I'd like to play. This is a swine flu PSA, public service announcement from 1976. So they've been at this a while. Check this out, guys.
I don't need another flu shot. I had a flu shot last year. A swine flu epidemic may be coming.
Swine flu shot? Well, I don't know. I've been thinking about it.
It could make you very sick.
Swine flu? Man, I'm too fast for that to catch me.
You'll want to be protected.
I'm the healthiest 55-year-old you ever seen. Hey, I play golf every weekend.
Get a shot of protection. The swine flu shot.
There you go, 1976. Get the shot, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, now you can get them everywhere you go. Walmart, auto parts stores.
Auto parts stores.
I see those vaccine signs everywhere, man.
Guys, I have a call coming in. We'll take this. Guys want to take this?
Do it.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
Sure.
All right, caller from 774 area code. What's up?
Frederick again. How you doing, guys?
Hey.
Orgy.
I just wanted to come in at the end of the
man.
show. Hey, yeah, I just figured I'd come in at the end and check in with you guys at the end of the show and say hey to Freeman. How's it going, man?
Good. Yeah, we've been painting on the bus, man. It's looking good.
How's it coming?
It's coming along pretty nicely. It's looking all homey in there, and I can't wait to strip off all the tape and see what it really looks like. And we got at least one more coat to go, though, before it looks good. And yeah, the pictures will be going up to Friends of Freeman probably tonight.
Oh, nice.
Somebody finaled out the chip-in, so we actually have made everything we asked for on the chip-in.
Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes, wonderful.
Ask and you shall receive.
You know it.
Mm-hmm.
So now we need a camera and a laptop.
Well, there you go.
The next chip-in is ready.
Chip in.
I don't know. I'm planning on, we got the whole powering system. I invested in a heavy-duty power inverter, so that we have all the, electronics needs. And I was planning on bringing my big old G5 with its,
oh, wow.
big monitor and such, and plugging all that in, because we have the capability of doing that. But it'd be a whole lot easier if I just had a MacBook Pro,
Yeah.
I want to consider having an extra deep cell marine battery too, along for the ride that you could charge up while you're driving and then use
solar
power.
Already there. We're
nice.
well on to that, except for the solar.
Yeah.
Solar's about $1,000, so I wasn't ready to, unless we can find some method. But,
well, maybe there's a solar company out there that would like to make that happen. You never know.
Yeah, once we get this whole show on the road and make it into something, I can't wait. It's going to be exciting just to go around and I mean, I hope that we make it to D.C. right now for the Type 1 Artist Roadshow production crew.
There you go.
We're hoping for you guys that we'll all meet on the 22nd now of October is what we're shooting for, so we're going to have to settle on a date sometime because we have to get the Tesla Foundation all queued up and get them along with us and everything. And if we went on October 22nd, and we'd probably show up earlier, then this also opens us up to being in D.C. for the Occupy the White House protest. That'll be going on that weekend. So I don't know if we'll make it. Well, I'm sure eventually we'll make it to the Occupy Wall Street and be able to broadcast a lot of that live from the action, because I've been seeing the videos that are coming out of there, and most of them are super low res, and I mean they almost look like some Monet painting or something. So hopefully we can get some good reports out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, that's excellent, though. That's a good plan, and I've been talking with Brandon Freeman about the extended vision of, like you said, making it just one or maybe 3 shows that we'd have in the 3 months before the winter solstice. But meanwhile, between October and that time, you guys would be touring the whole nation for 12 months.
Right. Well, yeah. Unless Rick Perry wins, then we're moving to Mexico. I'm outie. If Rick Perry's president, I'm gone, just so you know.
Bueno.
Yeah, but what about Mitt Romney? Doesn't he send a shiver down your spine?
Well, his father, George Romney, was one of the head of the mind control programs inside of the military, so, look up George Romney and then wonder who Mitt Romney is. I just don't expect Mitt to win, is why I say Perry.
Well, it's crazy. Out here on the East Coast, they're talking about Mitt, it blows me away because the people in Massachusetts should be, marching on Washington right now for Romney Care. It's a ridiculous travesty of it's a microcosmic version of the Obamacare, where people are forced onto this subpar health care where they, have 4 offices that basically serve an entire state. And you can never get through, it's just ridiculous. And that's what Romney Care put in place before he left as governor of Massachusetts.
All right.
Yeah, major travesty.
I mean, the people that make it to the level of presidential nomination, I mean, my God, is there honestly no one better in the entire country than these, psychopathic mind control freaks?
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, good question. Well, look at look at Schwarzenegger. How did that happen?
Yeah.
It blows my mind. Wow.
Yeah. There's so many of those how that happens.
Well, if you guys remember, I have it up on the website. I think it was House Resolution number 5. I'm not exactly sure, but I have it on Freeman TV under the Obama Cloning and the Coming Space War article, where they were passing a resolution to end the 22nd Amendment, which ends limits the terms of presidency.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
So yeah, they're setting up the stage to have an emperor, where.
Yeah.
Well, what about this oligarchy, this super government they're trying to put forth, where there's like a 12 or whatever person council, like a Supreme Council, for example, 33rd degree, that's like ruling the whole government.
The super Congress type situation.
Yeah, super Congress. Yeah, super Congress. Exactly. That's scary.
Super Congress.
Yeah.
Yeah, the appointed czars, appointed officials. These aren't elected officials. They were elected at one point, but then they're appointed to the super Congress afterwards.
And so the thing that we do is we can sit back and see what they want, and then we can see the methods that might lead to that. I mean, that's how I ended up predicting 9/11 and 10/13, is by having some idea of what they want and what situations that they would need to unfold to make that happen. Obviously.
I'm really excited about Freeman. Have you checked out Max Egan's work? I mean, this guy is awesome with his non-compliant.
Yeah.
First,
Max and I are really good friends.
Sovereignty. Yeah, first you establish personal sovereignty with the government, and then you basically it's like a non-compliance. I have no contract with you, so I don't have to really listen to you. I mean, it's amazing. His most recent radio shows are awesome talking about that.
Yeah, what's the name of his website? What is it?
Crow House.
The Crow
House, yeah, crowhouse.com. Yeah, actually, Max Egan is getting to spend 4 days with David Icke this next coming weekend. And so he's going to do a little bit of insider spying for us. I asked him to really give us some of the inside scoop. So when he returns, or even while he's on the road with David, he'll be calling me. And because I'm really curious about what David's like and what his people are like. I hear bad stories, honestly, about the people that he's rolling with. And Max Egan was given a spiritual mission, which was pretty amazing. He was inducted into a tribe of Aboriginals there in Australia, and they told him he had to take. Originals.
Yeah, the originals.
Yeah. Max does a very interesting story on how these are actually the original humans of planet Earth, and they have all the different chromosomes so the originals. He was inducted into their tribe, and he was asked to take the medicine staff, I'm not sure what this was, to this other tribe called the Arulu, and he looks at the people, and they said, only you could do this, Max, only you. And they told him he had to go find the war woman of the Arulu tribe and give her this magical item. I don't remember exactly what he said it was. And he says, how am I supposed to do this? And they told him, of course, Spirit would guide him. Well, just the very next day, he gets a phone call from a lady who is going out to meet the war woman of the Arulu tribe. And he's like, oh, my God, this is what I'm supposed to do. So then he was given the spiritual message to not really include himself with David Icke's people and to stick to his spiritual task, which was to get this magical item from this tribe to the Arulu tribe. And so he's doing that while riding with David Icke. And once he gets there, which happens to be exactly where he needed to go. And so all of these synchronicities fell together to lead Max Egan on this spiritual path to bring this magical item up to the Arulu tribe, and that's where he'll be going. And then meanwhile, because Max has never put his face on the internet, he's a complete fly on the wall. So no one at these conferences with David Icke will know who Max Egan is. Because he was supposed to MC, but David Icke's people nixed him. And so he's just along for the ride now.
The whole point, though, of why he's going to the Uluru people there is because they're trying to build a gas factory, some sort of gas plant, natural gas plant, on this very sacred spot in Australia. And so these people are going back and literally they're gonna squat. They're gonna claim the spot and be like, sorry, this is our land now. You can't build it. And there's like a spot on the waterfront where this thing spews out that has, I guess it's like a whale nursery. Literally, like the whales raise their young calves in this area, and they're just going to build this gas spout, just, totally corrupt the whole area without any.
And the fracking, really bad
fracking
there.
And yeah, it's awful. So that's the point, is that he's going out to help give, solidarity to that mission as well. It's amazing. It really is. And
he's a great man.
You have that insider. Yeah, he is. He's amazing.
Yeah, he'll be giving us updates, and we learned so much by the Australian people, and how I mean the originals came along and took over the government in the Byron Bay area because of a hung election. So for about 2 weeks, they actually had no government, and the Aboriginals, I'm sorry, the originals. It just sounds weird. Went and took over the capital and moved in and set up camp in the front yard, kind of like what's going on in D.C. and Wall Street right now. Only they meant it. They flew their flag, and we could take a lot of lessons from Australia because they have such a smaller population. They could fit in New York, and you could take their whole population and start to understand how we can apply their tactics over here.
Absolutely, and we share a collective destiny. We share a collective destiny with Australia because we're like another, Australia and us are both like these experiments done by the Crown, They're two different forms of what I would call, captive government. I mean, they basically, the Australians feel that they are like, they have the best government and country too, the average population, just like our population in America has that same, misconception. Oh, this is the best place to be. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Well, that's kind of like a negative virtue as far as I'm concerned. It's not really impressive. It's better than Cambodia or whatever. I don't know.
Hey, America's number one in cancer, diabetes. We're number one, yo. Heart disease.
One in 2.5 people gets cancer. Yeah, it's crazy. Or has some effect of cancer on their lives, like a loved one getting it. I mean, it used to be 1 in 100 years ago. It's strange. But anyway.
Cell phone.
Yeah.
Am I blanking out?
Oh no.
So we got like 5 minutes left, guys. So whatever we want to close with, let's go for it.
I think first of all, Frater and X and I are needing to announce that we will not be at our shows tonight. Is that right for you as well?
Yes, that is right. I already actually announced that earlier when I came out at the beginning of this show.
All right,
I told them I wasn't going to be on, but yeah.
Yeah, we're not making it too much to do, and so I just want to make sure everyone that's listening now knows that the Free Zone will have Mark Passio on tonight. It's the rebroadcast of the interview I did with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of knowledge.
September 10th, John Last show on my show. But
nice.
I'll be working on the Type 1 proposal for the Tesla Science Foundation. And with that, I'll bid you all a great evening. Thank you for having me. And this is awesome. Keep it up, guys.
Have a great night. Take care, brother. Love you.
Good night, brother. Love you.
Take care, man.
Love to all of you. Love and blessings. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Well, I just want to say, remember, the mystical is happening, and we are we have every intention on exposing the miraculous to the world and showing this other potential to life, that it's not all analytical. There is quite a bit lateral going on, and the miraculous and mystical will happen all the time if you allow it. And that's what I hope this show and our road trip really prove to the public.
Can't wait to see the pictures.
Yeah, they'll be up by tonight probably.
Excellent.
Tomorrow definitely.
And also, come join Friends of Freeman Society at friendshipagenda.com, and you can meet all us crazy folks. We're just meeting and greeting on the internet, and we're moving towards meeting in real life and just making real changes together, holding hands. And yes, the miraculous is happening. We are a big part of it, and we are big proponents of it, and we encourage everyone to come together with us and join this crazy ride, and let's transition into a Type 1 civilization together, everybody. So Friendship Agenda, blogtalkradio.com. And also you can log into blogtalkradio.com/type1radio if you want to hear any of the podcasts of this show. And also I've been doing some podcasting with members of Friends of Freeman behind the scenes, just like little one-on-one podcasts if you want to check that out. So take it away, Tanya. You and Shane can take this out.
Much love to everyone. Take it away, Shane.
We love you all. Absolutely fantastic to be here.
All right. So thank you to Sonic over there in the UK. I know you guys are listening. We had a big issue with the technology here, the Type 1 technology. It's kind of funny. Still in its infancy, so we'll be working it out over the next couple of weeks. And thank you again to Freeman for coming on. Sorry about the crank call, brother.